Oh no, this is a part two because that cut off. Anyway, weird shit was happening, and I thought people are really presenting in such a way that I feel like a test subject, and they're just pushing me to the edge of sanity or reason. Like, how can this be? And I was thinking, well, you can subcontract security into pubs to make that happen, because I've never had a problem when I was in a job, but only when I was trying to get on a stage around a certain scene, and only because I clashed with a certain pig. And so those, like, it's just one person that can have sway amongst community. And it's like, oh, there's my nemesis character, so everybody needs one of them. But it's like, forgiven, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you, I say to myself, for just being dumb, trusting, and making schoolgirl errors when I was 30, for being single, just being dumb. Or, you're just making schoolgirl errors because it's a new realm. So forget it, put it behind you, move on fast. But a person had sway. It was a campaign. No, make no mistake. I sensed it and felt the things and the energies. You get over it, you get through it, on and upwards. Shouldn't have even been in that area, in that place. I attribute it to the fact that I was easily led, like someone was dangling a carrot into the Lucian Way. But it's like, no. Why did I walk that way that day? Why did I meet that person who then met that person? And it's just like a series of events. And it wasn't my Teo, my mistake. But it was just a lesson in getting yourself to stage and being your creative self, because when it comes to acting, somebody said no one's going to write the script for you. You got to be yourself. Ultimately, you're being yourself. That's like Will Smith says, there's the rapper and there's the actor. So you're just doing your thing and you're not relying on anybody else. And it's kind of empowering. And it's like society at large doesn't want you to be empowered, is what the lesson was. It really kind of crushes down on you and beats down on you and says, who gives you the right to be that or that? And it's just a demographic. I think it's just my subconscious programming from a certain area, marginalised place in time and place. And it's like, it's a throwback to something draconian, fucking strange ways. I don't know what it is, I can't quite put my finger on it. But it was felt the society's ways around and certain things, and no coincidences when you first do your first gig in a pub, and the people that were frequenting the pub and who happened to be frequenting the house that I was living in at the time. So anyway, flat's gone, can't be trusted to be in a flat, can't be trusted the area with the scene and the people, and so you're back in the safe haven of your parents' home, which isn't really living your best life, but I'm happy because I have the best girlfriends on the planet now. They're on YouTube. And they want more for you than any of those other people ever did. And it's crazy that you learn these lessons, and you should learn these lessons early on. Like, it isn't the be all and end all, but when come from a married family, you jump into your first relationship and you're with the first person for too long and stuff like that. And that person will be snatching the wife off you. That's your first relationship. And she's like, oh, how did I? That's what I mean. And it's like the uphill 40 struggle was just relentless. And it's like, that's why you should never compromise your dreams. I'm a lesson in why you should just maybe go to university. But then I do feel like it's institutionalisation, and there's almost like this fear that those institutes and bodies don't want people to be independent. You got to be, as somebody on my Facebook put, be native, don't be enslaved. And it's like, that's one of the last like battles that we have, like leading people out of slavery, because you can trust yourselves, and your own tribe and community can be bigger, broader, better. It doesn't have to be regimented into an institute. And sure, it has bonuses, like you have a support network, but I've seen through those support networks now. It's like, the person who was dangling the carrots institute is like, it's a arrogant place to come from. And it's like, I see presentations now that don't mean anything, and I stop following people and I stop following the institute. But having said that, I was opposite town at Soho, I was talking, and I said, do a leaper now. I was in a breakdown place, so I didn't really pay much attention to like, art is coming through for a 3 year period or anything. In fact, due to having a breakdown kind of thing around musical or ambitious wants. So thanks to all the soul destroying, crushing, hate and abuse, I didn't listen to anything because it felt like that was what it led me to. So it was almost like everything was a trigger on the radio, off, off, off. But then it was like, ooh, look at that. Now, if that isn't sort of like a mistress, like, with a, like, really good, really respecting. But at the same time, the prevalent abuse and dark and competition or malevolence that was perceived around something and a scene projected at me. Wow, what a life experience. I mean, you can't forget those things, you heal from them, but you go, okay, I've got a guard now. I'm obviously wise to that dynamic of when you're just an open, trusting person and friendly, that you can just thus be treated. So don't do that. And the irony is, I am that back foot coming forward person, Tame Impala. Here, I haven't had a mic for ages. It's taken me a long time. I've travelled all the way to Stonehenge to get this mic. Thank you to Sid Hope and your dub bust, and I'm on it. And I see someone approaching that looks like a bit back-footed, and then I'm like, there you go, because I recognise that person in me. So that's the irony of why it takes some people longer to get to where they need to, because they are empathetic to other people. They are that. They would never treat people that way, but they're the people that get trodden on the most, believe it or not. And I'm happy with who I am, because someone said the cross is slavery. Yeah, I said that's the best bit of slavery that there ever was, because that's what defines a character. I like that. But none of that stuff has been sort of like solidifying a fortitude or a strength of character. What the New Age manifestos doesn't even, there's so much missing from it. And so I was happy to hear the word manifest by Dua Lipa as the goddess that everybody is bigging up. My dad loves her hair colour. I said, I don't think it's real, Dad. It's beautiful. That was funny. He said Israel. Oh, Auburn. Anyway, yeah, but she's monumental. She's like, that is what you want. She's like, yeah, that's the sort of person you want, you leading you into war, like, what's that bird that I wrote a thing about? Boudica. Yeah, big. Really appreciate that performance. I really like the lighting and everything about it, but I was surprised how many people didn't watch that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's raining. And when I went to Glastonbury the first time, when I was running around like loose and wild and met these people, and they said go a week early, get work in the TP field, have it large, and I did. It was the best time ever, right? And the best time I was had before it even opened, and it's brilliant. And then the following year I went back, ironically joined a subcontract firm called Kingfisher via Vixen Theatre, a person said, do this Vixen Theatre, join Kingfisher, and I said okay, but then I was penciled to work on a film, so I was all conflicted and I couldn't do his shifts. And so I turned up anyway when the pencil fell through, and I said to the security, drove straight off the motorway into the security camp, and I was like, oh cool. I went straight to the booth and went, hey, I've got my security licence, made myself known to these peeps, and said, my friend is in there, she got me a job with these people. I subcontracting, so I just thought in the odd likelihood that I could get some work. Okay, yeah, fine, alright then, nice one. Parked in there, walked down, passed about 5, 6, 7, explaining myself to these peeps, all of them. Get inside, and one sort of pleb that looked like somebody off of a film set says, off, out, no. I said, I've got my security license, I've just talked my way all the way down here from the security field. No, you ain't got a wristband. No wristband over here. Into the fucking thing. I'm sitting there listening to all these people getting beef, security, all these different characters going, what the fuck's going on? So I jumped over the wall, got chased, lost my guitar, found my way into, and then got evicted again at one point. It was just chaos. And then some security guys goes, oh yeah, I heard you talking to the security, that's alright, here, you have a boutique camping wristband. But then stupid I jumped in the swimming pool, not thinking, oh, I'm supposed to be staff wouldn't be jumping in the fucking swimming pool, would they? I needed to cool off. So he took the wristband off me, and then I was like, went to try and get under a rabbit hole, got punched in the face, into the van. Like, I'm like, whoa, what? I'm here now. I'm not going to go home, am I? So I need to get in. Can't you give me a suggestion? No, blah, blah, blah. Not one person pointed me down to the red gate, or just because I knew half of the green fields at that point. I'd made lots and lots and lots of little people, like friends of, like, that were doing all sorts. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I've got a valid fucking reason to be here, between having a fucking licence, between fucking signing up to this scream, between fucking them lot in there, and between all this, right? So it was sanity. Absolute chaos. After gone over 10 minutes.